Hi there, Beth. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Pretty good. My name's Angela. Go ahead and grab you a seat right here.
Okay.
So how are you doing today?
I'm good.
You ready to get this over with?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start with a couple of questions. In your own words, how would you describe yourself?
I feel like I'm a very good worker. I'm never late at my work the past 3 years at my current job. I've never missed a day. I've never called in sick. If I'm sick, I try to come to work until I can make it. And I'm very good at multitasking, and I'm very organized.
Excellent. I like those qualities. How has your education prepared you for this career?
I feel like it's helped me about a bunch with helping me learn how to communicate with my employees at work and outside of work. I feel like it's helped me fight with a lot of the questions I've had with management in the past.
Okay. What year did you graduate?
If you're asking me if I do have a diploma, I do have one.
Very good. And are you over the age of 18?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Why did you choose the career you're pursuing now?
Well, at my current job, I'm a manager, and I like being the one that, that's basically the boss. I get to tell people what to do. I'm not the one. I mean, I do have bosses over me, but I like being in control a little bit more over everybody else.
Right. So describe a time when you set your sights too high or you set them too low.
Well, working at McDonald's, which is my current job right now, during our peak hours, which is during breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we have to set targets for everybody to reach for customer counts and our sandwich counts. And if you come into work and you don't really know how well that day has been, it could have been a busy day or a slow day, and you don't really know how your shift's gonna go. So sometimes you set those targets way too high, and sometimes you set them way too low. So.
Okay. Can you give me an example of a time you tried to accomplish something and you failed at it?
I know at the very beginning of my management, which I've been a manager for like a year and a half now, I had a problem with, I had friends that I was friends with when I was a crew member, but it's something I'm still working on to this day, but I'm getting better at. But it's like, a lot of people thought I picked favoritism at first, but it's gotten a lot better. I've had to have talks with my friends and be like, look, when I tell you to do something, you have to listen to me. You can't tell me, no, you have to do what I tell you to do.
Right, that's all right. Yes. Tell me a time when you had to go above and beyond the call of duty to get the job done.
Well, the other day, actually, it was a Sunday on a church day. Church had just got out. I sent my only crew counter person on break. Well, the whole lobby filled up, so I had to be the counter person, but the grill people were struggling in the back. So I had to go, as soon as she came back from break, I said, please take the rest of these orders for me while I go back and help them catch up and grill. And as soon as I helped them catch up and grill, I had to go run up front and help take the rest of the orders and get all the orders out until I got everybody out.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
So what is your greatest weaknesses?
I feel like I have a problem with being stern with people. I feel like I let people get away with things way too easily. Not safety problems or anything. I make sure that those come to a stop, but the little things, I feel like I have a problem with that.
Okay. Do you smoke or use alcohol?
Has that been a problem with your company in the past?
Not very often, but there has been. Are you able to comply with the company's substance abuse questions?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What is your typical way of dealing with conflicts? Can you give me an example?
I like to deal with conflict right on the spot. When I have a customer come in and complain about their food or something, I like to know what the problem is, and I like to get it fixed right then and there. As soon as I come in, I like to get the problem fixed. I will get the sandwich remade for them, and then I go back to grill, and I'm like, why did this problem happen? We need to learn how to fix it.
Okay. What is your typical way of dealing with the conflict? So you're going to tell me that you want to handle it right then and there?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about a time you were able to successfully deal with another person, even when that individual may not have personally liked you, or you don't really like them.
Okay, when I first started working at McDonald's 3 years ago, I would work with like friends that would be like actually my roommates, and if we were having problems at the house or something, instead of it being awkward at work and stuff, I would just say, look, we're not going to deal with that at work today. We're just going to take this seriously, because if I want to become a manager sometime, I don't want to deal with this stuff at work. I need to be looked at as a better person.
Okay. Can you give me an example of a time where you had to make a split-second decision?
I guess when
Just a question, that the decision that you had to make real quick. Doesn't matter the
I
outcome.
guess this would be like the example I said earlier about my lobby filling up on the Sunday. I had to decide whether I was going to take all of their orders in lobby first and then go help get the food out, because my drive-thru was also full. I had to make the split. I had to decide whether I needed the help up front or back in grill, and I decided, well, I'm not getting my food fast enough to get all these people out, so I'm going to have to go back to grill and help them, and then come up front and help get my customers out.
Well, I think you did a good decision when you did that. Half this and half that. That works
Yes.
out. Can you tell me about a time when you missed an obvious solution to a problem?
Well, when somebody complains to me about either like a customer complaining to me about food or their service, or just an employee complaining to me, instead of me just like trying to figure it out myself, sometimes I forget that I just need to either call the main manager or like talk to him and like find out the problem as fast as I can before the problem gets worse.
Right. Okay. Good job. I've got about 5 more questions for you, so bear with me. What qualities do you have that would make you a good manager?
Well, I feel like most of my employees trust me. Actually, to become a manager at McDonald's, you have to take classes called ISM classes, and they help you, they tell you how to deal with complaints and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. And I feel like when the employees trust me, I feel like that's a good quality in a manager.
That is a very good quality in a manager. What training methods would you prefer if you were selected for this position?
I'm more of a hands-on learner. Like, I like to try to do the stuff myself and have them walk me through it.
Okay. Good answer. Talk about the balance between not micromanaging but still being involved enough to catch problems easily. How do you address that issue?
Well, one thing they teach us at my current job is when you're like the floor manager, which is the main manager, you have to stand back like in the corner where you can see all of your areas. And as soon as you see somebody struggling with something, or you see somebody get really busy all of a sudden, you have to go run back to that area to help. So I feel like I'm pretty good with micromanaging.
Awesome. Can you tell me about a management mistake that you have made in the past? How would you do it differently if you had the chance?
I guess this would go back to having friends at your workplace and just having them know that you're a manager now and they have to take you seriously.
Right, absolutely. How would you discipline an insubordinate employee?
Well, for one, I would take them back somewhere to where nobody else could hear what we were talking about, and I would tell them what they were doing wrong and tell them that if it happens again, they're going to have to be brought up. And if the problem keeps occurring, then they're going to have to end up being suspended or fired.
Okay. Well, that is all the questions that I have for you today. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and call this done.
Okay.
Not yet. But we're going to go and we're going to look through all of your paperwork that you've turned in and call your current employer and see what they say about you.
Okay.
Okay? It's very nice to meet you, Ben.
Thank you.
You take care of yourself.